Alright, hello, good evening, and this will be my fourth attempt at recording this rant. I did a 44-minute version last night that was very passionate, but I realized there was a lot of other stuff I wanted to talk about and things I wanted to word better. So I'm gonna post this one instead, and I'm just here to say I'm done with the anime community. I'm tired of it. It's alienating. And I don't mean the Japanese community, they've been nice to me. I mean the Western anime distribution sphere. I'll still buy from Discotek, and I'll go into that. I'll go into lots of different things. But I'm talking about anime YouTube, anime Twitter, anime news network. It's just, I'm done with it, and it's because I keep seeing all this toxicity and venom and jealousy and hatred, and it's just too much. I don't like it. It's just too much negativity, and there's so many reasons why. Now I'm gonna go into my grievances, starting now, and I like some of these people, and I'm gonna put this disclaimer because God forbid if anyone I mention in this rant is to see this video, which hopefully not. But if some reason, if this gets super popular and they happen to see it, I don't think any of you are bad people. I'm sure I pretty much know all of you are stand-up individuals, but people are flawed. We're all God's children, even though I know some of you probably don't believe that. But yeah, let's go into it. So I was looking at Anime News Network, and I just noticed that a few of the writers, they were trashing Jujutsu Kaisen, which I haven't watched. I have no interest in it. Why are you talking about anime you have no interest in? They were criticizing Jujutsu Kaisen, and they were all on Twitter in this little clique criticizing this one episode. And someone said, to be fair, that criticism is unjust, and he explains his reasons. You're like, why are you inserting yourself into this conversation? And one of them said, I wouldn't be arguing with someone with this username. It's probably past his bedtime. And he's like, yeah, you guys don't have to fucking jump on me and do all that shit. You're like, well, you're being creepy because you're on the Anime News Network forums and you're constantly talking about this. And it's like, do these people have anything else to worry about? Like, in the grand scheme of the world, why are we so fucking focused on this petty, meaningless shit in the grand scheme of the universe that just doesn't matter? Like, why are these people so petty, is my question. Why are they claim to love anime, and yet it seems that any anime they don't like is immediately the fucking scum of the earth and everything's fucking awful. But hey, everything else is fine. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so damn toxic. It's really weird seeing these quote-unquote professional individuals just fucking argue with people on Twitter about things that don't fucking matter. We just hate ourselves. Anime fans all hate each other now. I'm with Shabes on it in his video. I don't like that we do that about ourselves. I don't. And even Shabes too, even though he's made good videos. I like his Fukumoto video. I like his Leiji Matsumoto tribute video. But in his Ranma video, he's the new Ranma video he did, he just comes off as needlessly vindictive. It doesn't. Why aren't we focusing on the positive things? Let's talk about anime we like. Like, don't focus on the anime we hate or the things we think were adapted poorly. Can we just talk about shit we like? Like, let's be positive. I'm tired of the negativity. Even with people like Mercury Falcon who make great videos, it's just this layer of sarcasm, and I can't fucking deal with it, man. Like, I love the videos when he was talking about Cyborg 009, and he did like this he was going to do this series. He dropped it because I have no clue why. I don't know what's going on with his personal life, but He was going to make this entire series going over the entire 2001 Cyborg 009 anime and comparing it to the manga because he's a huge Ishinomori fan. And he got about to, like, the second arc, and then he stopped. I don't know why, but he clearly had love for that franchise, and he did a good video about the 60s adaptations, which clearly had love put into it, but I just, there's something, it's just all the arguing with these people. Like, they argue constantly. Why? It doesn't, I don't know if this is nearly going to have the same impact as when I first recorded this. It's so sad, man. And anime YouTube in general is just, it's all just fighting. It's infighting. It's people fighting for popularity. I'm like, there's this podcast called The Weeb Crew, who, I'm sorry, I'm thinking. And I watched a few of their podcasts, and they get good people on there. I got Study of Swords and Steve M, who make good videos. I think there's a few YouTubers who are great, and I'll get into that at the end. But, like, Steve M is pretty good, because he's more objective and academic. He doesn't give his opinion on anything. He does on that podcast, but he has self-restraint, which a lot of these people do not have. Even the Anime News Network people have no self-control and just talk about whatever they want, and they lash out at people. And he doesn't. He just talks about anime from an academic sort of standpoint. Or, like, just going over the production of things, and I like that. I'm not saying other anime YouTubers don't do it, it's just they're super opinionated about it. Yeah, I don't like that. I want more educational anime content, like people like Anime Archaeology do. That channel is still going, and he's relatively obscure, and he's fucking 50, or he might be 40 or 50. He's pretty old, and he doesn't really care because he's not popular, and he's just talking about something he likes, and I like that. I like when YouTubers do that. But the fucking Weeb Crew, every time I go on one of their streams or just their videos, I've noticed this. It feels like it's baiting people. And they did this before with, like, some video about Cyberpunk Edgerunners and put a trans flag in the thumbnail, and then the video had nothing to do with it or something. All their Twitter is, like, pretty much, I don't know, man. I get the feeling they don't like anime, and it's because they're just they complain all the time. It's just fucking complaining. It's all they do is complain. And they have people like Hayden the Historian on, who I guess he does stuff, or she, because he uses a female avatar, so let's be safe. He or she does videos about shoujo stuff, or just stuff he's into, or she's into, or whatever. And I just get the feeling that I don't know, it feels like they're talking down to the viewer, and I guess my sense of humor is different from theirs, which is fair, but it's like we're doing 6-hour-long rants, discussions about this type of shit. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, man? And, like, their entire localizer video just made me, like, all the localizer shit has just made me so fucking not vindictive. I don't want to be vindictive. It's just I'm tired of it. Like in their video about the localizer thing, they're like, well, there was only one change, and you're blowing it out of proportion. And they keep using this goddamn excuse, and it's really fucking annoying because it shouldn't have even been done in the first place, guys. What the fuck is their problem? What is so wrong about wanting good translations when they just add shit that wasn't in the Japanese and doesn't make any fucking thematic sense? Like, genuinely. Like, how is that such a goddamn foreign concept to people? Localization is a process, and you just need to do all this. No! You are not the fucking writer. Don't fucking write shit in that doesn't matter. That wasn't in the original. How the fuck do you think novels are translated? Fuck, you think you're doing this to fucking Murakami novels? Think they're doing this shit to Ghibli movies? You think they're doing this shit to all the fucking Tezuka manga I have? Think they're doing this shit to fucking Legend of Kamui, the most influential samurai manga ever made, that's coming out in 2 weeks? For the first time in English. After 60 goddamn years. Ashita no Joe is coming in English for the first time in 60 goddamn years. Those translators treat it with respect. All the Tezuka manga is treated with respect. All the Gekiga manga is treated with respect. Why can't we do that with all anime? Why can't we do it? Answer my question. Fucking Jamie Markey, fucking Chris Rager, call me a fucking idiot. All of Jamie Markey's freaking Twitter followers, all the Weeb Crew people, all the fucking people are trying to explain something that doesn't need to be explained. Explain it to me. Why isn't all anime translated with respect? Why? How can we get shit like Ghost Stories? And I've softened up over Ghost Stories, and I don't think Stephen Foster is a bad guy. I think Stephen Foster's a great guy after having spoken with him a few times. But why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? Like, I was looking at Rilakkuma and Karu about, that bear mascot, Rilakkuma and Karu and Kiri Torti and Cory Lakuma, the brown one, who I forgot the name of, that stop motion anime by the people who did Domo. And I just saw that it was translated with such heart and respect. It was genuinely moving. Like, this is such a tender, pure piece of art. It is genuinely so fucking warm and comforting to watch something like that. I'm tearing up a little bit, and it gets treated with respect. Like, Domo was treated with respect. It doesn't. Why are we trying to make an excuse for something that is wrong? Like, something that is ethically probably wrong. Like, why are we changing shit? And I go over it again and again, but they keep making excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And at some point, you just gotta fucking stop it. You just gotta fucking look at this shit and say, this shouldn't be happening. Like I said to the people a year ago when Jamie Markey was on my ass, that sounds wrong, but when they were fucking bitching about everything, I got in a Rev Says Desu video. Find it for yourself. Do you really think the Japanese are going to stay silent about this? Do you not think that you think this is disrespectful? There's Japanese tweeting about it. They're like, well, they're all just LARPers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every fucking Japanese tweet is someone LARPing. They have terminally online people, too. Oh, yeah. No shit. Like the internet is a thing that... There's like a World Wide Web or something, guys. Wow. Just fucking lunacy. Just complete and utter irony. It's like... It's all just fucking a game of pricks, man. Like Guided by Voices. It's all a game of pricks. It's just constant backstabbing and pettiness and just fucking arguing back and forth about fucking everything. It doesn't matter. Everything is negative. You can't... It goes into Discotheque, who I support. I buy DVDs from them. Half the Blu-rays I got for Christmas were from Discotheque. It's just so damn sad to just see that these people have so much bias, and some of them are clearly bitter. Just bitter about a whole fucking bunch of shit. Caitlin Moore, who writes for Anime Feminist and Anime News Network, it just seems like a bitter person. And I mean, I know that's probably an assumption, and I mean no disrespect to her. It's just, but when you're going on Twitter and talking about personal shit like she does that doesn't matter, or you're arguing with fans of supposed anime, I think she's gotten in trouble with a couple Boys Love or Yaoi fan circles because she fucked up a couple times. I could be wrong about that, but it's just... everyone's a critic. Everyone is criticizing something. There's no genuine love. I don't see much genuine love for anime and manga anymore. At least it's all critical. It just I don't. All just so damn critical and stuff. And it's like I keep repeating myself, but how come we can get really good, wonderful translations done by professionals who speak a language? Ryan Holmberg's a bright light. I said this to him on Instagram. You're a bright light for distribution, because if you're translating, the series is going to be fantastic. And he said, I'm deeply thankful. And he doesn't give a shit because he's not terminally online. And he's not arguing with people about politics because he doesn't care. He just posts about baseball and manga history. Because he has he went to college in comics history. He lived in Japan he was born in Japan actually, spoke the language, went to America, studied comics history and alternative manga history and just manga history in general. And he's genuinely educational about it. He provides essays. We get mangas with essays, for Christ's sake. All the Gekiga manga have essays about all this shit. And yet I get called a fucking idiot for saying all fucking translations should be the standard of excellence, which it should. Because, well, maybe you should just learn Japanese. I'm learning Japanese. Maybe if I fucking learn Japanese, I'll completely change my mind and think all this is bullshit. It's like people are gonna fucking talk down to me because I want good translations when I know it can be done. I've read manga where it's been done. I've shown examples to these fucking people and say, hey, maybe if you translate like this, more people would respect you. Which is true. More people would. Maybe you'd be giving... That's mean. I can't say that. I don't want to be mean to these people. It's just, I don't... I think it has to come down to jealousy. Like, all these anime news network people are just fucking jealous of others. And who knows who? I mean, Ryan Holmberg gives lectures at art museums around the United States about manga and anime and the impact of manga and anime. He's translating all these integral series to a movement, and these people are stuck writing shit about modern anime, and no disrespect, there's great modern anime, but they're just writing all this shit. They get filters in and biased, and they talk about it constantly, and they just get put in this bubble where all they can do is just be critical of things, and they can't be objective like Ryan Holmberg. All they can do is be critical and just be bitter and jealous and not feel accomplished. And I'm sure they've accomplished things. It doesn't. I don't get the impression they feel accomplished just based on their actions. Just based on their actions. I don't feel like they feel accomplished or that they've accomplished things. Ryan Holmberg's probably the most accomplished manga translator ever. And I'm not using that lightly. Zach Davidson is pretty close. But Zach Davidson, too, is falls into the same trap about localizers. But he's translated shit he translated that Satoshi Kon and Mamoru Oshii manga that I still have to read. He translated all the Leiji Matsumoto releases we have so far. He translated Devilman. That's accomplished. It's just... They're all... And I asked him, why do you think all these people are left-leaning? And it's because, well, when you go to Japan and you're open to different cultures, it's my Xbox, you have to be more open to other cultures, and the conservative worldview is just too narrow. And I'm moderate. I'm in the middle. I'm independent. I make my own damn choices. There's shit on the right I highly disagree with. There's shit on the left I highly disagree with. Well, actually, that might not be... I might be right-leaning. I'm still moderate. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but, like, why? It doesn't... I don't understand. Man, it's a cardinal sin to want good, respectful translations. I guess people don't want to support that. I guess if an anime character uses Gen Z slang, it's funny for 5 seconds, and we move on with the rest of our lives. And there's no talking about if this was wrong or if this was right. It's just more fodder for video essays about how you don't understand localization. You don't understand Japan. Japan's always been left-leaning. You're just fucking stupid. Do your research. And it's something I'm so passionate about, and it's just so damn sad and tiring to see these people fucking punch me down. And basically say it means nothing. Your passion means nothing to us. And why is that? Why? Because I said the translation should be good? Fuck you. And the only person who has seen this passion, ironically, and enjoyed it, is Stephen Foster, who said, I have mad respect for you for being so passionate. And that's because he's old. He's in his 60s, and that's the thing I noticed too, as of recently, is all the freaking older voice actors in their 60s and 70s can have self-control and are more nice. And all the original Canadian Sailor Moon voice actors and voice actresses are all great people. They don't talk about politics on Twitter, they just talk about which conventions they're going to. And apparently all these voice actors who are damn near 50 are so fucking brainwashed by the internet, all they can spew is about all the fucking shit they hate. Like, Chris Rager called me an idiot. And he called a woman the worst thing you can call them, which I won't say, because I'm respectful. He called this YouTuber the C word. And he has a daughter, right? Chris, if you're watching this, Chris Rager is the voice of Hercule, or Mr. Satan, and Dessler of all people. I'm sorry, no one's beaten Eddie Allen from Star Blazers is the GOAT. He's the true English Dessler. The Japanese guy is true Dessler. But true English Dessler is always going to be him. I'd love if they just kept all the original Star Blazers voice actors for the English dub by Funimation. It would have been amazing, but that's not the world we live in. Anyways, he has a daughter and he's saying that to someone. It's like, what the fuck is she gonna think when she turns 15 and sees her dad saying that shit? It's probably gonna deeply upset her. And that leads to why I think this shift happened. And there's two reasons I think the shift to more toxic culture is why this happened. It's the pandemic, because all these normal people, no disrespect, I'm not going to call them normies, but all these regular folk who were never considered anime started getting into more anime, and it became mainstream. And it was already becoming mainstream, obviously. But I would be in middle school, and like lots of people would make fun of me. Not really make fun of me, they would say, you're really into anime, you're weird. Then that was like it was middle school up to 2019, which I would have been at least a sophomore in high school. Then after 2020, everything snapped and everyone was watching at least one anime that they consider good. Or that they like. I mean, in middle school, I only had one friend who was autistic. I had no clue where he went. I had two friends who liked anime. And I had, one chick, who was really pretty, and her lesbian friend saw me reading Sailor Moon and thought I was cool. They were laughing at me, but at the same time, they liked anime too. So it was all in good fun. But after that, it's all just been downhill. It's all toxic. And that was one of it. And the other shift was Vic Mignogna. When Vic Mignogna freaking that is when all hell broke loose for like at least the English speaking sphere, and everyone became divided. And I don't know if Vic is innocent or not. I don't know if I don't want to go into what I think about it, but I'm going to paraphrase what I've heard other people think about it. And I'm going to tell the brutal, I think I've said this in another rant, but I'm going to tell the brutal truth to both the I Stand With Vic and Kick Vic people, because the Kick Vic people can't let it go. Like, the I Stand With Vic people have probably moved on by now. Vic's moved on, he has a wife now, and he doesn't care. The Kick Vic people can't move on. And they just can't move on because they're miserable people. And it's the same with the anime news network crowd. They just seem like miserable people. And a lot of them were Kick Vic too, but that's besides the point. It's just, what I mean is, the reason all these people are so mean and nasty and venomous and just so focused on petty issues that don't matter in the grand scheme of the universe is because they're miserable. There's something going on in their life, or there's something internally happening in their head that is making them feel jealous and miserable about something. And I truly hope they get over it, man. I truly do. But Vic, the brutal truth I want to say to the Vic Mignogna both sides of the Vic Mignogna cases, no one won. The case was dismissed. Everyone's reputation involved in that is ruined. Vic doesn't get any voice acting work anymore. He still goes to conventions, which is sort of a win, but at the same time, he's not being casted in anything anymore. All the fucking voice actors from Funimation, Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi, Chris Sabat, Sean Schimmel, were being so rude and nasty to people who were asking questions. And their reputation is ruined because no one wants to deal with that shit. Their fucking favorite voice actors and voice actresses were being not stupid, but just fucking mean and miserable. They were being miserable to people. They were bullying people, getting their clique to bully people. They were saying awful things about other voice actors, and they were saying awful things about the fans. It's just so goddamn sad. And in the end, no one won. No one won. It was a lose-lose for everyone, and now we're sitting in the consequences of that. Justin Sudeikis, I think, this is going into the discotheque shit. I think Justin Sudeikis is a nice guy. I don't think Justin Sudeikis is an evil person. I think Justin Sudeikis is kind of a dick. And that's because he argues with people too. Like, that's the main thing, is you guys are running a business. Why are you arguing with these people? Why are we fucking arguing with these people? You shouldn't be doing that. You love anime, right? Just keep bringing us more anime. That's all I care about. But no, they gotta argue about all this shit. Justin Sudeikis is bitter because he worked at Central Park Media. And he had to dub probably all this shit he didn't like Hentai and MD Geist, which I want to watch MD Geist, but it's like, he compared MD Geist to, like, poop hentai. It's like, really, dude? Like, did it hurt you that much? It doesn't... It couldn't have hurt you that much. Like, working for a different company couldn't have hurt you this much. It couldn't have, like... Why is it so affecting to these people? It just... Every meaningless thing they've ever done haunts them. I know that's mean, too. It's like... It's shit like that I'm tired of. I don't like that. Again, guys, it's not gonna fucking matter. Doesn't matter how good a translation is. People aren't gonna fucking buy it. Well, people will buy it. It's just... Well, there I go rambling again. I like Mike Toole. I think Mike Toole is chill, and that's probably because, yet again, he's probably reaching his 60s. I like that in some of the videos. I don't agree with all of his stuff, and I think he too gets biased and just argues with people for no reason. That you see the pattern is they're not being object. If I were to have a company, I wouldn't be on social media. I'd only be on social media to give posts about what I'm updating for the company, the different anime we're getting, how we're translating it, to keep it as faithful as possible. Do all that. Put essays. Discotheque does this too. Put essays in the freaking DVDs or the Blu-rays. Communicate, talk about your shared love. It's the whole thing too, is like just dub elitists are a thing now. I hear lots of people say sub elitists are a thing, dub elitists are a thing. It's the greatest irony of all. They'll say, well, people will rightfully just say, I don't watch dubs anymore because I think all the performances sound the same. They reuse the same people over and over. They're like, well, you don't complain when they reuse the same voice actors in Japan. And I have to bring this up all the goddamn time. Japan has had voice actors active since literally Astro Boy in the 60s. And those people are still getting work in voice acting. Then they add constantly more people. Like, constantly adding more people. Like, literally every year in Japan, they add a batch of new voice actors. And that keeps piling up to the point where you've had at least 300 active in Japan at a normal anime season. But over the vast majority of, like, literally 50, 60 years, you have probably 1,000 different Japanese voice actors. When in anime, at least now, it seems to only be the same 300 people, or if you're Funimation or Sentai, just reuse the same 60 to 50 people all the damn time. I'm not saying some of those people aren't talented or good people. Todd Haberkorn and Greg Ayres, even Steve Blum, even though I don't agree with him all the time, all talented people. Melissa Fahn, all talented. It's just you can't compare an industry that has had, like, at least the modern dubbing industry. I'm not going back. You can't compare it to, like, even Speed Racer shit or like Star Blazers, because none of those voice actors are active. At least Japan, those people who worked on that stuff are still active. But you can't compare an industry that's 50 years and literally thousands of voice actors and voice actresses to an industry that's been like 30 years and just has 300 of them. You just can't. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry, my southern voice came out. It's not a fair comparison to make. I'm tired of people trying to make that comparison. It's not logical. Seiyus have great range. I know a lot of American voice actors have great range, but they just use their speaking voice majority of the time. Let's look at Seiyu, for example. We got Kaneto Shiozawa, who's probably my new favorite Seiyu ever. I need to watch Area 88 because literally all my favorite Japanese voice actors are in it. The guy who played Kodai and Yang, Kodai in Space Battleship Yamato, and what's it called? Yang in Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Makio Inoue, who played Goemon and Lupin and Captain Harlock, is in it. Kaneto Shiozawa is in it. It's like this is like an all-star lineup for like probably some of the best voice acting you'll ever hear in an anime. Those three people right there, three of the greatest Japanese voice actors ever. It's like it's so damn hard to just be happy for these people. They can't be happy. There's always something to complain about. There's always something to argue about. Even Shapes, who makes good videos, is just making videos complaining about shit, like reading the entire anime encyclopedia on like 100-hour live streams and nitpicking it. And like I'm sure there's things I disagree with too. It's with like Helen McCarthy and John Clements are like freaking accomplished writers and helped form. And he says that it's just I'm done with the negativity of it all. I miss old anime YouTube, man. I miss Anime America. As dog shit as some of their takes were. If you don't know what Anime America is, it was a YouTube channel that was like 2016, 2008, and 2015 and 2016 is when they got their stride, getting millions of views on videos. It was like these chibi avatars of the. It was a revolving door. It was like it started as a college anime club, and all these people like formed this collective to just talk about anime that they liked. And even if some of the stuff, even if they were nitpicking and stuff, you could tell they loved anime. And they all shared their favorites together, and they just talked about it. They talked. They bonded over their shared love for a medium or an art form, and it was beautiful. Like it was genuinely gorgeous to witness. And seeing all these people love something, and there was no every single Anime America video, at least back then, from what I can tell, it was all positive comments. And even now, it's just all positive comments. Like, there's one controversy the main chick, Robin, got herself into about cells at work and cancer, and they've fallen off. Sadly, it's just, even if I don't agree with them, there's a charm, there's a warmth to just watching these people who share a love for something love it. Like, we genuinely loved anime. They talked about it all the time, and it was just, they had different cast members, so to speak, that would come on and talk about certain anime. And now, as of this year, Robin's the only one left. It's just Robin now, and it's sad. It's just sad seeing all these people go. Like, all these people came and went. And it wasn't due to falling out or anything, at least I don't think. It's just they grew out of it. But it's magic to just see these people talk when, like, they love these anime so much. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's moving. I still watch those videos as background noise because it's just so nice to see. And it reminds me of when I first got into anime, watching Sailor Moon dubs, and I tried watching anything I could. I watched Sword Art Online back then. I watched Erased back then. It's been a good long time, but I remember liking it. Like, quite a lot. Although I know it's divisive, I'd have to go back to it, but that was one of the first I watched Ouran High School Host Club. It makes me nostalgic for that time, man. And now that time is gone. Now all we have is people arguing and bitter, and just no one is speaking out of love anymore. Not even the distributors are speaking out of love. They're scandals out the ass for Crunchyroll. Everyone is overly critical. Everyone is talking about the shit they dislike. It doesn't. Why not talk about shit you love? I would have a YouTube channel. I'd only talk about the anime I love. There's no use not talking about it. That's why I like Bob Samurai so much. Bob Samurai is a good example too. He just reviews anime. He used to be critical about anime, but he's grown out of that and he just reviews what he finds cool now. And he recommends you it objectively. And he's not being mean about it. He literally says at the end of the video, if you enjoyed this, let me know what you think. He's so good to just see him stop worrying and just fully embrace just talking about shit he likes. You know who was the king of that and probably the best anime YouTuber ever? Manga Man. Tearing up. Not really, but it makes me sad. I miss Manga Man. Manga Man was the greatest anime YouTuber ever. And he might come back. He's gone on hiatuses before, and he's very obscure. But what he would do is he'd just have these months dedicated to anime he loved. He had a Lupin the Third month. He had a Pokemon month, a Digimon month, a Studio Ghibli month, and all he would do is just talk about this stuff. And he wasn't mean. He wasn't rude, and he wasn't being overly critical like fucking Bennett the Sage. He was warm and inviting and giving you tips about the film. And he was just being super nice about it. He was just nice. You can tell he's, even if he didn't like something, which he hasn't, he saw at least one merit in it. He saw some merit in the things he disliked. And I missed that. I missed that so goddamn much. Every single Studio Ghibli video he did, he was positive. Like every single one. Like he wasn't every single Studio Ghibli movie he liked. It was like he was talking about Earthsea and freaking from Up on Poppy Hill. I don't know if he ever got to what's it called, Urwig and the Witch or whatever. I don't think he got that far, but he got up to Princess Kaguya, and it's just he was so nice about it. Like even in the stuff he didn't like, he wasn't being mean about it. He was just saying, "I don't like this part." Perhaps you could see some merit in it, and he hearted all the comments giving their opinions. He didn't mind. He wasn't being mean. He just, there was like a video of him at a convention, and he was going up to people. He was like, "How did you get into anime?" Dressed up as Lupin, he would just go up to people. And he's like, "How did you get into anime?" He was so curious. He was so curious and warm and inviting, and he loved all this stuff. And he collected manga, and he would do like 12 days of manga where he'd go over all the manga he read, and how much he liked it, and what he saw in it. And he was just was gentle and nice. It wasn't mean. It was genuinely someone who loved anime expressing their love for anime. Anime America was that, and I don't see that anymore. It's all, even like Trash Taste is the closest thing, but even then they're sort of corporate, and people shit on them all the time, but I don't care. I've warmed up to them because it's just three old anime YouTubers talking about shit they like. That's why it's so popular, guys. Because they don't want to be in the. It's not because retro anime isn't popular. It's just they don't want to fucking. They don't. They get some stuff wrong. It's just they don't want to fucking argue with people. Manga Man was gonna do a Godzilla month. I would love to see that. But now he hasn't been up. He hasn't uploaded since 2020, I think, or 2021, and I miss him. I want him to come back. I want him to make more videos. I want that bright light to not go out. And if I did a YouTube channel, maybe one day I'll do a YouTube channel where I do all this. But I talk about the anime I love. But in anime there's good anime YouTubers. TJ the Emperor did 5-part retrospective on Gainax, and it was the same way. Like you could tell he genuinely loved Gainax so much. Even if I didn't agree with all of it, and even some of the anime he hated, I would enjoy. Like they're on my watch list now, but you could tell he did his due diligence. Go watch the 5-hour retrospective finale on Uru and Blue. You can see how much he loved Gainax, and he was another bastion of like. There's some people who do talk about it, but it's just all gone away for like these people like the Weeb Crew who just fucking complain, and big anime YouTubers who just form cliques together. And all these anime news network people just being miserable with themselves and constantly bitching and complaining about something. Like they always have to bring up something negative. Like even in like fucking the Jujutsu Kaisen reviews, they always have to be fucking negative. And all the localizers are always fucking negative. It's all negativity. They just hate everyone. And it's true because they wouldn't be blocking so many people because it makes them uncomfortable. It makes them uncomfortable that some people are happy. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Some people are just happy watching anime and enjoying it, like me, and it makes people uncomfortable. The future makes people uncomfortable. I saw the author of Usogi getting shit for doing a fucking stupid AI meme. You know my opinions if you saw my AI rant. I don't think you're stealing from artists if you can't afford to pay them anyway, which I can't. It just there's people are going to use it for slot, but if you have a story you want to tell, just use any means at your disposal. Use your tools. Just use the tools at your disposal, and you can make something unique. That's how Joy Division started. That's That's how many great artists started. They were doing something fucking different. You can fucking hate AI, but at the same time, so many people are using it to just tell stories they think look cool. Not everyone is trying to do it to be soulless and evil. And he just posted a meme referencing his own art, and they're like, Togashi clears you, bro. Oda clears you, bro. He was drawing Usogi Weekly. I don't know if it was like 2006 or 2005 when the first volume came out. It didn't end until 2017. And that evolution is stunning. The only reason they hate him is he did a fucking stupid meme and he gave a white wing opinion. Because he's a 51-year-old Japanese man, and everyone hates that because he gave a stupid opinion in the grand scheme of the universe, and even his work doesn't matter. And a lot of them are like, he's just a dick, he's blocking me for pirating. He's trolling you guys. I guarantee he's trolling you, because I literally told him, me and my friends on a Discord read your fan translations and love it, and he liked that comment. So he's literally just fucking with you guys. Don't feed the troll. But I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all the hatred. I'm tired of the venom. I'm tired of all the complaining. Because anime produces beautiful pieces of art. There's art that's moved me. There's Shin-Chan the Adult Empire. There's Domo. And Rawakama and Karu. And they're all treated with respect. And it's so fucking heartbreaking. Just see all this shit go downhill. See all these people just... all these people just so angry. It's angry and bitter and sad. And they talk about anime they like. Even all the Anime News Network people, they talk about something they're genuinely passionate about and then give up. Just go back to being negative. That's all it is. I don't think they're bad people. They're just flawed. It makes me sad to just see so many people dismiss everything. They dismiss passion. They dismiss all of it. It doesn't... I don't want to be seen as looked down upon. I want to be seen as passionate. But I keep getting... I've been looked down upon a lot this past year. Even some Discord servers. There's one Discord server I'm in, and I'll share this video with you guys. I just want to say thank you all for putting up with me and my bullshit, because I know what I say is probably bullshit to the majority of you, but you're all so kind. Even if you give me shit sometimes. Thank you. And thank you to all my actual IRL friends who aren't shitty to me. It's just so sad to just see my passion written off as something useless. And it's people like Stephen Foster that give me hope now. I genuinely never thought in my entire life I would say that. But at least he can take a good joke and can take criticism, which I never thought he'd be able to do, but he did. It's sad, man. And even now, like the Dotadon controversy, like I said, that issue about localization is going to blow up. And there's some Dotadon controversy about blackwashing. And now you have Japanese and Americans arguing with each other on Twitter, using Google Translate and going back and forth. It's lunacy. It's crazy. It's cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria now. The issue has blown up. Changes to Japanese media are going to blow up. The BLC has started using AI subtitles. They're supposedly good. If anyone from any of these YouTube channels or Anime News Network is watching this, I just want you guys to be more happy and positive. Don't attack me. I genuinely want to go back. We have to go back. Like Lost. We have to go back to the island. The island is old anime YouTube. We have to go back to that. It's never going to go back to that. Just don't be negative. Don't be pretentious. Don't make a massive video essay criticizing something and then rant about stuff on Twitter. Just talk about the anime you love and nothing else. And even I hate anime. I hate High School DxD, and I just like the Ghost Stories dub. But I see why people like it. Just find merit in things, guys. Just be positive. Be happy. Don't get your brain rotted by politics and stuff. There's bigger things in the, and we're all political. We all have our political beliefs, but don't attack others. Be understanding. Be kind. Love each other. Look after each other. Talk about the anime you love, not the anime you mutually hate. Talk about the stuff you love. Recommend the anime to each other. Be friends. And I've been doing that more and more with people, and it's made me very happy. Just be kind. Anime distribution is like a game of pricks. You can never be strong, you can only be freed. GBV, Guided by Voices, good band. And it's all a game of pricks, man. They can stab you in the back, but don't lose hope, guys. Talk about the anime you like with others, and recommend the anime you like with others, and don't be so negative all the time. I know I keep repeating myself, but that's all it is. It's negativity and jealousy. Don't let that stuff consume you. Be happy, be kind, be genuine. The Japanese side of Twitter is so genuine about the anime they like. It's refreshing to see that. Just don't shit on others' tastes either. Just watch stuff and enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride. That's why we have anime. Alright, that's it. I think that's it. That might be the last rant about localization and stuff on this channel. I think I've said all I need to say. And this was more majority about the Western anime community at large. I think from now on we're just going to do thoughts, videos about anime I like first impressions, media, hell, even Discotek. I'll do a video about the Discotek license list whenever that comes out on the inauguration day. That'll be interesting to see. I thank you all for your time. If you stayed to the end, I was very passionate about this. I'm ready to move on from all this localizer and distribution shit, and I'm ready to talk about things I genuinely enjoy. Thank you all for watching, man.